What is up, guys? Welcome. Crypto FUD. And let's jump right into this, guys. How's everybody doing today? Welcome. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's having a great day. Let's jump right into this, guys. So Troy was number one. Jay's in the house. TJ, what's going on? Let's see here. Ben, NFK, Old, what's going on? Philly, Blue, you're my boy, Blue. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? Everybody seems a little pumped up. What's going on? You guys been drinking that energy drinks? Told you guys. That's where it's at. Ozoma, what's going on, brother? Hola. Hola. What is going on, guys? Welcome. Hope you guys are having a great day. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a safe weekend out there. Let's jump right into it, guys. Let me just check. I want to make sure my audio is good to go. Can you guys hear me good? Everything good out there? Should be good to go. Add that up there. All right. Old said he hasn't tried the teas yet. You know what, man? If you don't want to get hooked up on those things, bro, just probably stay away from them from right now. Until they start promoting the channel, then I'm going to tell everybody, go buy some Twisted Tea, but they're not promoting the channel yet. So we're not going to worry about that. All right. So it says we're good here. Let's go, guys. So first things first, Bitcoin. What's going on with the market? Well, today we did see a nice little run up. Started yesterday where we were just not. It was just starting to feel like we were, starting to see this upward momentum. Obviously for Bitcoin, I was telling you guys, we needed to break certain points for us to get towards or get past this trend line that we've formed basically for the last, I want to say, what has it been, a solid week since we've pretty much been on this downward move. And you guys can see as of basically just yesterday, we did break above the trend line. But I'm going to tell you guys, tomorrow, Jerome Powell speaking, right? So I told you guys that I am expecting, it's going to be tomorrow at 2:30. I'm expecting some volatility tonight, tomorrow, and you can kind of see it looks like the markets are starting to start turning towards the downside. I don't think we're going to have any kind of a crash or anything like that, but we are going to see some volatility because you're going to have those same people that kind of buy in short term. They're like, oh crap, Jerome Powell speaking tomorrow. I better sell off and kind of wait to see what's going to happen for the meeting tomorrow, right? So I'm expecting, honestly, Jerome Powell tomorrow is going to come out. I think he's going to be a little bit more dovish, meaning more bullish towards reducing interest rates. You guys know the last meeting when we had after the two CPI reports, which came out great, he was a little bit more hawkish than people really wanted to hear, right? And he really was just kind of sticking to his ground about not confirming any kind of a interest rate deduction or ease, committing to anything going on this year, right? Well, we all know that most likely if the CPI report, especially the next one that comes out, if it comes out and we just meet forecasts, if we do what we did last time and we actually come under the forecast, which is good, right? Obviously for the market, he's going to be nothing but forced to have to figure out when we're going to be easing rates. And a lot of us, I've been saying September for a couple different reasons. My big reason is because I think because before the election, that's going to be the official the official meeting prior to the election, right? So that's what I've been going with. That's what I'm thinking. He still has, that's in September, which is technically 2 months from now, right? So I think that if we still continuously see the CPI reports coming down, he's going to be poised to have to reduce. It's going to be a small little 0.25 quarter, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be in the right direction, and that's usually a big move as far as for the markets to start getting real bullish. So what's going to happen until here and there, we don't know, but that's what I'm explaining, what I'm anticipating seeing Jerome Powell kind of start moving towards as we get closer towards September. Tomorrow, why wouldn't it be a good day to at least start talking about it a little bit, right? At least throw it out there in the universe, Jerome, if you're watching. Because I know he is actually subscribed to the channel, so I know he gets a lot of his tips, his financial stuff from the channel. So, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm going to get taken down now just for using his name. YouTube has been coming after me like crazy, but we're okay. We're still here, guys. So that's what I'm anticipating for Bitcoin, but we did top out today at around 63,785. Looked like we were honestly going to maybe slap that 64, but we didn't make it all the way there. And you can see that we are, as of now, making some kind of a small double top or M pattern, whatever you want to call it. And you guys know M patterns usually move towards the downside. Opposite, if it's a W pattern, we're going to be moving usually towards the upside. So we'll see how this plays out, but I'm expecting some slight volatility coming tonight, tomorrow morning, tomorrow in the day. It's until 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, so the markets have a few hours to kind of, move around and fluctuate, right before his speech. And then obviously during the speech, depending on what the wordage is what's going to kind of dictate how the markets are going to react. And then obviously after the fact, how the markets are going to be left. Are we going to be moving up? Or are we going to be moving down? So tomorrow, I'm not saying it's a big day, right? But that's going to be our leading indicator as far as what the markets are going to be doing probably in this foreseeable future. So yeah, I'm not expecting too much. Bitcoin right now is still hovering around that 63,000. Moving over to Solana. Solana has been looking very, very good. You notice how Solana's chart doesn't necessarily look like Bitcoin's chart, right? Solana's looking a little different, and that's given because a lot of people are really starting to move towards this ETF for Solana. And you can see it's already out there in the universe, right? I mean, we already had 2 companies. I'm going to try to pull up the articles, but we had 2 companies that actually are companies that have ETFs for Bitcoin have already filed for a Solana ETF. Very bullish, guys. I already said this like maybe a few days ago. I don't expect Solana to get a ETF anytime soon, but we could possibly. I'm looking at the calendar. We have technically 5 months until the end of the year. It could be possibly towards the end of this year where we see a ETF for Solana, which would be a very big thing for Solana, and not only for Solana, but for NFK, guys. Think about it. Solana starts running, massive money coming into Solana. Solana's ecosystem, the DeFi, is going to freaking go crazy. And you better know these big players are these big projects. We consider ourselves a big project, right? I mean, we at a time we're a multi-million-dollar market cap, and we're literally on our way back there. But what I'm saying is a project like NFK that has so much potential, such a big community behind it, so much things going for it. You better believe that a lot of money is going to be flying into NFK, and we're going to be running, guys. So, and we'll pull up the NFK chart real quick, and you guys can see. Just looking at the last, it's technically, if you look at the 9th, so this is the last 3 weeks that we're looking at, right? You can see, just as you guys were yesterday, we're watching the charts, and we were flying, right? We were flying. We saw some pretty big buys coming in, and I had been telling you guys this, historically speaking, where we're at right now, if you were buying in right now, is technically a beautiful time for NFK, because we have seen NFK. This is our native token for anybody that's new. Make sure you guys are slapping the like for NFK. Hit that like right now. For where we're at right now, historically speaking, if we were to zoom out of the charts, every time we have been where we're at right now, we have literally flown up. And 3, 4, 5, the last run we 10x'd from where we're at right now, where we're literally at right now, guys. So think about it. This is where what we're setting up for is exciting. It really is exciting, and it's good to see that the community is back up and running. As far as I understand when you have some down time as far as with the charts, and this is for anything, right? Bitcoin's down. Nobody really wants to talk about Bitcoin. Everybody's just like, but right when you start seeing that the charts start blowing back up, everybody's back up and running, and that's pretty much what the vibe is for NFK right now. Everybody's back to being excited, and you can see, just how the volume, we've had $14,000 come in the last 24 hours. That's going to be pennies compared to what we're going to be heading towards in these next few months. So definitely ETFs for Solana would be nothing but a positive and great thing for our dear project NFK, No FUD Koala. So right now we are sitting at a market cap of right over 100,000. Think about it, guys. We just get back to $1 million, which is going to happen. We get back to $1 million, that's a 10x from where we're at right now. I think, like I said, the hard part is going to be a lot of these people that have bought in the last, few weeks that I've been saying, guys, this is a good time to be buying in, right? A lot of people have been taking advantage. A lot of people have built up their bags. I know when we get up to that $1 million mark, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult because we're going to have some people in there that are going to be up like crazy that aren't used to having that kind of money. I saw it last time we ran up to $3 million market cap. You saw how quick these people were like, and they sold, right? I'm sure they're looking back now and they're like, holy crap, they're still running. You know, but the point of my story is that if we can hold the line as a community and we just keep moving as a unit, that $2.5, $3 million market cap that we hit just a month, 2 months ago is going to be nothing compared to where we're headed, right? 10 million, 25 million, $100 million market cap like we've been calling for. It's going to happen, guys. I'm telling you. And with this ETF, I'm really thinking that it's going to bring a lot of money, not just to NFK, but to the whole Solana ecosystem. So very, very, very exciting time to be alive. And I'm just very excited that we chose Solana to build on the ecosystem, because this is what I'm telling you guys. This is going to be the move that's really going to take Solana up, and we're going to be running right there with them. So just, you know, very exciting times. Very exciting times, guys. So let's see here. Just going to jump on the chat, and then we're going to check out some news and all that good stuff. So Jay said, well, hold on. Let's see here. Troy said NFK to the moon. Jay said, tell me why I was trying to add to my bag before the new whales came in. Ben NFK, old said present. What's up, everybody? Philly's in the house. Let's see here. Blue said he's ready for a good show. Always, bro. Gina said, how's everybody doing? Think we already read all that. Yeah, it's good. Haven't tried the tea yet. We read that. Ricky said, how do you like that buy, bro? Told you we would start buying soon, and we are not selling. If everyone starts buying and holding, we will buy more. Whoa, Ricky. Are you saying you're the mysterious whale out there, bro? Is that what you're saying? Are you the whale out there, bro? Because we've been kind of figuring out. Even myself, I'm like, I'm like, who was that? Oh, there he is again. Who was that? If you are, bro, that's shout out to Ricky if he's the whale, bro. Me and my son, hell yeah, bro. That's awesome, dude. We appreciate that. And you know, Ricky, just to explain that, because it's our community here, right? Let's explain that. So you knew that, you know, you guys, we were up 300% yesterday, right? So you knew there was going to be some little bit of sales, and that's exactly what we saw. We saw some small sales after that big pump. Those are going to be those paper hands that are, you know, they were up, you know, some of them 2x their profits or 2x their portfolio, and they sold, right? It's good that they sold now. So if we start pumping like crazy, we have them out of the way, right? But I will say, guys, we're gonna have to start saluting Ricky, because Ricky just grabbed, what'd you get, like 2.5 trillion, bro? We're gonna have to put a monitor on those wallets now, bro, because right now you're holding the whole damn not the whole, but I mean, you got one of the biggest bags, right? So, and you know what? I'm happy. We're not gonna sit here and harp on it all day, but I'm happy that, like I said, guys, the community finally owns the token, right? And I'm telling you, I am the guy that created the token, and you guys, some of you guys are holding far more than what I have, right? You guys are holding far more. Everything happens for a reason, and those people that sold off a month ago, they gave up their positions. I'm glad that they did, right? Because they were all paper hands. They made their little bit of money and moved on. And I guarantee secretly they're watching the project, and they're probably slowly buying back in because they don't know how to make money elsewhere, right? NFK is showing them the most money, and I know it's going to do that for each and every one of you guys, honestly. So, I mean, if we can just continue to build off of this, right, we can't lose here. We can't lose here. So, you know, that's shout out to Ricky, shout out to the whole community, because we saw a few little small sells, but for the most part, and I saw it in the Discord, I saw the unity, everybody was saying we're going to hold, we're holding here, and that's what it's all about, guys. I know you see dollar signs, right? You're up, you see dollar signs, but if you think about the whole picture, you think about the long term, we can do this, guys. I'm telling you, we can do this, and each and every one of you guys can make some solid money. So shout out to the whole NoFud community. I honestly am very proud of you guys. I'm very happy, and I hope this just motivates each and every one of you guys to just keep dollar cost averaging in, have those diamond hands ready, and let's just keep building from here, guys. So definitely wanted to I wanted to just sit there for a while and talk about NFK, and I'm glad that Ricky let us know what's going on, because I was losing sleep last night. I was tossing and turning. I was like, is it one of those bad people that bought in? I was like, oh man. I was like, they bought in. I was like, they're gonna dump on us, and I'm sitting there tossing and turning. Oh yeah. Jasmy said, don't be a beep. I said, I'm beeping it out, bro, because I don't even want to repeat that name in here, dude, because he's watching right now. Like, I thought we were gonna finish them. NFK's too strong. And you know what? I didn't want to sit here and because listen, I'm not trying to joke on anybody, but we did see some of the people from the community just a week ago sell off their positions, right? And they've gone ghost town on us, and they're watching, and they're like, bro, oh my gosh, I just sold out and I missed out. Now they're running again. But we were telling them this the whole time, right? We were telling them this. It's going to be boring. We want to bore the hell out of everybody. We want the bad hands, the bad actors to get out of this project. And that's pretty much what we've done for the most part. There's always going to be buys. There's always going to be sales, right? We can't stop that. But as a community, if we can just try to hold and literally just keep just building and building, I'm telling you guys, we will exceed that $2.5 million market cap. And sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. So shout out to the whole squad. Shout out to our boy Ricky. You're the superstar for today's stream, bro. You and your son. Honestly, we can't thank you enough for just bringing back the hype for the project, bro. We really do appreciate that. You even got me going, bro. So shout out to all of them. Thank you again, bro, for everything. Now let's jump into the crypto bubbles. You guys can see, doesn't look bad today. It really doesn't look bad. This is looking for the day. BONK is, standing out to be one of the bigger movers. You can see BONK up almost 12%. Dog with Hat up 6%. They kind of run together, I swear. When BONK's up, Dog with Hat's always up too. But you can see Brett's up, coming back up 5%. But for the most part, you can see it's like 50-50. But there are some big movers that are up, and you have some movers that are down, but nothing too crazy. Fetch is still going through the merge with Singularity and all that good stuff. So you're going to see Fetch and Singularity until they can get all that squared off. They're going to be probably in the red. A lot of people are converting, or like I said the other day, they might be kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting for everything to kind of go as far as that merge, and then just buying back in on the project. So, but doesn't look bad at all, guys. Let's pull up our beloved Milady. I feel like Milady feels like she's neglected now that NFK came back around, or since NFK's really been around, we've all been like, NFK, and Milady's like, but what about me, guys? I'm supposed to be your number one. So you guys can see, even Milady broke out of the trend so far. Not too far out, but you can see she has broken out, sitting right now at around that 13.9, right under the 14 mark. So she does look good. Couple things that I am noticing though, if you can see, so we have our let me actually, I'm going to take those lines out. So you can see this green line that's coming across right here, right? This is, let me actually change the color to white. It's a little bit easier to see. So you can see we have this 200-day moving average. This isn't our SMA. This isn't our simple moving average. This is our actual 200-day moving average. And I told you guys this. The one thing that I was short-term bearish on for Milady was that she did break below this 200, as a lot of projects have. But since the last few days, a lot of projects have broken back above their 200. Milady's still technically sitting under the 200-day moving average right now. And not only that, but you can see she's been hitting her head on the 200-day. Usually that is a bearish sign. I don't think that Milady is necessarily going to crash or anything like that unless the whole market's coming down, right? But what I'm saying is that Milady didn't have a fast, or how do I word this? Didn't have a recovery like we saw some of these other projects recover, right? A lot of other projects did break below the 200, but since have broke above and have been holding support above the 200. She technically has not broke above, and she keeps hitting her head and getting rejected. So what am I getting to? Honestly, I'm going to keep buying in on Milady. I'm actually just happy that she hasn't broken out necessarily yet. just gives me more time for me to stack up on Milady as well. Because remember, we do love NFK, but you want to make sure that you are diversified out there, and you're not just planting all your seeds into one pot, right? You want to make sure that you're kind of putting it out there and letting your garden grow, right? You want to make sure that you have a diversified portfolio with DeFi and with the traditional market. And obviously, Milady is going to be our our meme coin, our bigger meme coin that's on the traditional market. With the market cap sitting at around $100 million right now, she does have that support solid around that $100 million mark. Anything below $100 million for Milady, in my opinion, is a good buy. She does like to stay above or right at that $100 million. So if she does break down to those 90s or $80 million market cap, they're very brief and always, in my opinion, and historically speaking, has been a good time to accumulate. So, but doesn't look bad at all, honestly. And like I said, I will continue to keep buying in on Milady. Doesn't worry me whatsoever. So let's see here. Oh yeah, and real quick, let me oh yeah, I can't pin it. It's telling me I gotta sign in. Let me see here. Real quick, guys, for the merch, for NFK merch, we already pretty much have everything established. Jer Bear, that's in the Discord, he's going to be the guy that you guys are going to want to message for any of your orders. Right here, he is, his Blue Oyster on the chat right here. So you guys are going to want to hit him up in the Discord. Make sure if you guys, so basically, just contact him, and he'll let you know exactly if it's going to be, if you're looking for hoodies, hats, whatever the case is. He's pretty much a whiz with all this stuff, so he's going to start getting the merch orders in, and we'll start getting everything taken care of as far as that. So make sure you guys hit him up in the Discord as well. Jay said Sol just dipped. Yep, and like I said, guys, I mean, we're not even out of the charts yet. I'm telling you, I'm anticipating volatility. We're getting towards the evening time here in the States and on the Eastern Standard Time. I'm expecting some volatility, and this is going to be strictly because Jerome Powell is speaking tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Now, we will not be live streaming that, but we will be coming a few hours after that on a reaction of what's going on with the charts. So, and like I said, for that, I know we already said it, but I just want to remind anybody that's just jumped in on the channel. You know, it's all going to be based off of his wordage, right? It's going to be based off his wordage. If he comes out and he's like, listen, guys, CPI reports have been good. You know, we are starting to look towards some dates further in this year as far as us doing our first deduction or reduction in interest rates. That's all he has to say, and the markets are going to start running, right? If he comes out and if he's kind of on that same tone that we were a few weeks ago when he was talking for the FOMC meeting, and he's just basically just like, you know, he's really just batting down any question with, we're not, I want to see numbers better. The numbers aren't there yet. Well, I'm acting like a reporter. She's like, well, Jerome, you said you wanted unemployment at 4%. Yeah, we did, but now we would like to see it around 4.2%. Oh, okay. Stuff like that. People are like, what the hell? The market's basically reacted negatively, right? So if he comes out and he starts being a little bit more dovish and just start hinting towards that the feds are looking for a date for this year to start reducing interest rates, the markets are going to start running. But until we get there, we're going to see volatility. Like I said, we're going to see volatility. So let's jump into some news real quick, and let's see here. Ben said he's looking forward to some merch. Ricky said when Milady hits 1 billion, we are having an NFK beach party for sure. There you go. Look at Kaktashi. What's going on, bro? Love the name. What's up, gang? From San Diego, just moved here. You just moved over there? Where the hell were you living before? I heard San Diego is like an oasis, is what people consider San Diego. All right. So Coinbase Bottom is price, but could be near or already in the Coinbase Premium Index suggests. So previous deeply negative readings occurred near local bottoms in price, with the most recent occurring just prior to Bitcoin's rally between October and March to all-time highs. Let's see here. So Bitcoin's price premium on Coinbase has plummeted to negative levels rarely seen. So let's look at this real quick. It's not going to let me zoom in, but this chart, which is looks like crypto quant. Let me see if we can read this chart here and what the hell it's indicating. All right, so Coinbase Premium Index, you guys can see when it's in the green, usually the price is down. But when we're usually in the red for the price index on Coinbase, you guys can see usually red usually means the price is up. Every time it's in the red, you can see that we're up, and you can see that we have dipped down pretty far down for Bitcoin. Now, the only thing I would say is if you go back, this is back in 2022 during the bear market, we had lower levels on the Coinbase Premium Index, if you can see on this chart. And look down here. This was the price for Bitcoin. This is when we hit our bottom for Bitcoin. So I don't know necessarily if I would run with this chart, but I do see that they're basically just not trying to figure out anything to put out that bullish kind of narrative. They're just basically saying majority of the time when the Coinbase Premium Index goes into the red, usually indicates some kind of a upward move for the price. So Bitcoin is trading in a deep discount on crypto exchange Coinbase, which could be a sign that the largest crypto asset price is bottoming, foreshadowing the next leg higher. Always darkest before the dawn, said David, head of the research for institutional crypto trading platform. The last time the Coinbase Premium was this negative was a couple of months before the massive rally from October 23 to March 24. And they kind of give us a zoomed in chart here, and you can see where we're at as far as for the Bitcoin Premium. And to be honest, I don't even understand what the hell a Bitcoin Premium is. Hopefully they'll explain it here. So the so-called Coinbase Premium Index measures the price difference for Bitcoin on Coinbase, widely used by U.S. users and mainly institutional market participants, compared to the offshore Binance, the leading exchange by trading volume and popular among retail investors. The metric has been a negative for an extended period during June and most of May, echoing last year's market lull in August and September, according to the data from analytics from CryptoQuant. On Friday, it slid to nearly negative 19, its lowest reading on daily timeframe since November 2022 collapse of the crypto exchange FTX. Ooh, don't even say that. Such negative readings suggest weak demand and selling pressure from the U.S. investors, as Bitcoin has been consolidating range-bound since March's all-time highs. Investors have also grown concern about outflows from the U.S.-listed spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, many of which use Coinbase for settlements, and the U.S. government selling seized assets through Coinbase, which might have contributed to the price discount on Coinbase. And that is true, guys. Remember, we covered the article about Germany, right? Germany last week was massively selling off of seized Bitcoin that they had seized, and they were using big exchanges like KuCoin, Coinbase, and I think Kraken or something like that, which had a lot of people scratching their heads. They're like, what the hell? They were selling off on these major exchanges. Usually when big governments do seizures like this, or whenever there's big buys or sales through big institutions, it's through OTCs, right? So they still will buy through Coinbase, but it'll be through an OTC direct buyer or seller, meaning whatever they're doing, they're basically not going to dictate or manipulate the market, is really what it comes down to, right? And we explained why that is beneficial for whenever people are buying really, really large amounts, as far as buying or selling. So, but yeah, so I mean, this indicator to me is just one of those indicators that you can maybe, it's kind of, you read it, you see it. I don't think it's anything big or anything to trade off of, but this could be one of maybe 20 different indicators that are maybe telling us that the bottom might have come in, right? And that we might be already on our way back towards the upside and possibly running to make new all-time highs. That's pretty much what they're getting to, is the last time we were in at this this range for that particular indicator was right before we saw Bitcoin running up to all-time highs, right? So, and they gave a range of October 23rd to March 24th. If you think about that, that's about a 5-month span. So this isn't an overnight thing saying, all right, Bitcoin's about to hit 75,000 next week. It's basically saying this could have been the bottom. Now we could possibly see us slowly but surely start moving towards the upside here, you know, basically in this time that we're in right now. So Art said Hoppy, we'll pull that up. Old said I took a little profits from Hoppy today. Koktashi said he moved from Hawaii. Nice, bro. Moving from one paradise to another. That's awesome, bro. My daughter's been telling me, she's like, Dad, I want to go to Hawaii because we just got off that cruise. And I'm like, bro, I was like, I'll take you anywhere across the country. I really want to go to Hawaii. 2 things. I don't like flying for 12 hours across the ocean, right? And then the other thing is, guys, remember when I was telling you guys a few weeks ago how I love the Pacific, but you won't catch me swimming in the Pacific. Well, if you guys have been catching the news, that professional surfer over in Hawaii just got killed swimming or surfing in the waters. So, you know, rest in peace, buddy. That's what I'm saying. I personally, the Pacific is just not for me. Those big freaking those great whites. Damn, and then Shark Week's about to start here in the next, I think the next week or two. So I'm definitely not getting in that water. First episode, they're going to be right there off the coast of California filming something. You're going to see, what are they going to show you? Those seals swimming around in the water. So let's see here. Rosales, what's going on, bro? Said I was working. One friend buy koala. He buys small bag. Nice, bro. Right now, we've been saying the last few weeks, nothing but a good time to be buying in. I ran out of water. Darn it. Ran out of water, guys. So let's see here. This article I thought was kind of cool. I didn't even read into it, but let's see here. So best crypto to buy now in July the 1st, Ethereum. What is this? Is this Ethereum? I forgot what the ENS is again. And then dog with hat. So let's see here. So as crypto prices push higher on Monday with the latest weaker than expected US ISM manufacturer and PMI data bolstering Fed rate cuts and thus aiding settlement, crypto investors are hunting for the best crypto to buy now for quick gains in the coming months. And if these people were smart, they would have put NFK on there, right? But, you know, they're not doing their users any justice. But we'll act like the NFK is part of this list on here, all right, guys? So let's see here. Focus will now shift to a barrage of further U.S. economic data releases after later this week. The most important for these releases will be Friday's official job reports. Let's see here. The job reports? We'll check that out in a second. That is going to be a big thing. So analysts will be hoping for data that supports the case for Fed rate cuts starting in September. Someone's been calling this for a few months now. Fed rate cuts, assuming they arrive as expected later this year, are expected to lift crypto market sentiment. Other catalysts with the U.S. election and likely Trump winning and an expected ease of Bitcoin miner sell pressure should also lift crypto prices. While hype surrounding Bitcoin ETFs has died down in the recent weeks, institutional demand could surge back at any point. What is the best crypto to buy right now? Many analysts still think $100,000 remains on the cards for 2025 for Bitcoin. The prospect of 60,000 or 60% upside means that for many investors, Bitcoin is the best crypto to buy now. Given its status as the most trusted, secure, and oldest crypto, Bitcoin is definitely the best coin for beginners, but those looking for further upside might want to consider diversifying into Ethereum, the second largest crypto. Indeed, now might be the great time to buy, with Ethereum potentially undervalued. Ethereum ETFs go live potentially in the matter of days. We're calling for somewhere around the 3rd, I believe. Like with Bitcoin earlier this year, that could open the door to a flood of institutional inflows. But Ethereum's remains 15% down from earlier this year's highs. This screams of an ETF that is not priced in. And that is true. You know, given that, we possibly could be seeing an ETF for Ethereum in the next like few days, sometime this week, Ethereum really isn't going crazy and, running up. We're going to pull the chart up here in a second. So let's see here. His comments come after Steno Research recently predicted stronger than expected Ethereum ETF inflows could send Ethereum to 6,500 this year. What did I tell you guys? We just need to get to that 4,100 and find that support. Altcoin season is going to be activated, guys. That's why I'm saying, bro, we're not far away. We're really, I know the markets have been down, right? But we really aren't down that much. And within weeks, we could be right back up and running and easily be activating altcoin season and going crazy within weeks. So let's hear. That would mean near 100% upside for Ethereum from its current levels. That could mean Ethereum is comfortably one of the best cryptos to buy right now. 100% or 2x gains are more than enough for most investors. But this crypto, and in crypto, there are many investors hunting for that rag to riches story. And isn't that crazy? Like, we hear 2x, and it's like, for anybody that's been in crypto, you're like, 2x? That's like, obviously we all want to double our money, but that's like stock market things right there, right? Whenever I talk to people in stock market, they're like, bro, I bought that at like a year ago and I'm up 30%. I'm like, I'm not going to knock them for being up. But in my head, I'm like, 30 freaking percent. I was like, I did that yesterday, bro. The hell, 30%? I'm just looking at him like, giving him that look like, nice. That's nice. And then I walk away and I'm like, that's craziness. That's crazy. 30%? So let's see here. One of the projects they were speaking of, Ethereum name services. So Ethereum wallet address naming services, Ethereum name services. I swear that's how it was named right there. They said it like 4 times. Could be the great beta play on Ethereum's ETF narrative. Ethereum, or ENS, is already a household dApp in the Ethereum ecosystem, with ENS all but guaranteed to perform well if Ethereum continues to grow. And growth in the Ethereum ecosystem seem very likely with ETFs about to go live. And they're basically given a chart, and we'll pull this chart up here in a second. Ethereum name services, that might be something to look at. Given that Ethereum's it's inevitable. They already got approved. It's like, what day is it going to happen? A lot of people have been calling anywhere from the 3rd to the 5th. So obviously it's not going to be the 4th because the 4th of July. So we'll see how that plays out. Another project that they're calling for is Dog with Hat. One of the leading Solana meme coins, Dog with Hat, is up 12% in the past 12 hours. That means it's leading the broader crypto market. Last at $2.30. Dog with Hat's up 57% from last week's lows. Its latest push higher has seen its break a downtrend, which we covered that a lot of projects have broke that downtrend, right? That we have mapped, right? We have Bitcoin did it, Milady did it, Solana didn't even freaking fall for it, and it's been well past that. But you can see a lot of projects now have broken that, that downward trend. Doesn't mean that we're out of the woods yet, people. That just means that you can see that the bottom could possibly already been in for this downward move, and we could be, on our way up. So let's pull up some charts here. Let me check the chat real quick. Donald, what's going on? BP in the house. And Blue was saying best to buy NFK. That's what I was saying too. NFK should have been on this list, probably up here right before Ethereum name service, but that could be bias, right? It could be bias, but it is what it is. So let's pull back up the charts. I want to look at a couple things. Let's pull up Ethereum real quick and let's see. So Ethereum. Oh man, just moved my freaking fib retracement. You guys know that freaking grinds my gears. All right. We're back up and running, guys. We're back up and running. So we're looking at the daily right now. So what they were talking about and what we've been having, for any of the projects, you can see the downward trend. You can see that majority of the projects have broke above. Now I will say this is on the daily. Let's zoom in a little bit better. Give Ethereum a little bit of a chance. So you can see it has broken out of the trend, But look, since in the last like freaking few hours, it has technically dropped down right. If we were to pull this trend line down, I'm trying to keep it kind of, you can see we're literally right here basically testing or retesting the trend line as we speak right now. So we'll see how this plays out. Obviously, we're going to want to see Ethereum stay above the trend, but if it does break below, this trend line isn't like a support level or resistance level. This is really just indicating what we've seen as far as our highs, you know, and basically mapping the trends on that, right? You can see as we've been moving, you can see we basically have not broke above this trend line up until recently, right? We broke above it. We want to stay above it now for us to kind of stay on that upward move. Ethereum right now is sitting at around $3,437. So it doesn't look bad at all. You know, I will agree with that article for a project that's literally, we already know that the ETF is already approved and it's inevitable in the next few days. It's crazy to think that this project isn't, you know, right now hovering around $4,000. It really is crazy. And that's why they're calling for Ethereum to possibly be a better move right now. As far as if you're looking to buy in on a bigger project, Ethereum seems to be the one to go with as far as the potential for more gains in the short term. We're going to go over to this project ENS, but one thing I did want to cover was that looking at a couple of things, Bitcoin's dominance has come back up a little bit. We're at 53.6. Remember our stream, I think it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Was it yesterday or the day before? It was at 53.1%. So we've gone up already 0.5% on Bitcoin dominance in the last day or two, which, you know, it pretty much just tells you what the market right now. Usually when the markets get a little bit spooked out on something that's potentially about to be happening, like the Jerome Powell speaking tomorrow, and then honestly something that I wasn't even thinking about, the jobs report that's coming out on Friday, you might see people moving their funds or moving their assets either over to stable coins like USDC, Tether, or moving from alts over to Bitcoin to get a little bit more stability in their portfolio, right? And then looking at Ethereum's dominance, you can see we did actually break below 18%. Ethereum's been holding solid at that 18%, so only a tick down, but you can see that Ethereum's dominance has slightly come down, which is very odd given the you know, like I said, with the whole ETF that we know is 100% about to be dropping in the next, you know, we'll say the next week, right? A little crazy. Pulling up that chart for ENS, you guys can see project isn't that old. Looks like it came out. Oh, okay. It came out in the bull run of 2021. It literally came out, and you can see since then it pretty much has bottomed out. Let me see here. It's pretty much bottomed out at around that $7 mark. So obviously it has, and since the last few months, the last 6 to 7, 8 months, it has come up, and it looks like it's starting to run up. Let me see here. From the bottom to where it is at right now, it's up 340%. So nice little move right there. Is it a good time to buy in on this project? Possibly. What they're predicting is that this project has a smaller market cap than even Ethereum, right? But it's so tied in because it's a big DApp on Ethereum that if Ethereum runs up, this project is basically poised to start running up, and you'll probably see a bigger potential in gains given that the market cap is literally 1 billion versus Ethereum, which is probably at somewhere around 150, 170 billion dollars. I have not looked at Ethereum's market cap in so long. Holy crap, I didn't even realize that it's up to $400 billion. I said 170 billion. Isn't that crazy? Ethereum has a solid market cap, $400 billion, guys. That's insane. Absolutely insane. If we can get Solana up there, let me see here. Solana's at what? 67. So that's about a 7x. About a 7x from where Ethereum is. So, but yeah, so what they're calling is that this project's only at $1 billion. This will mimic what Solana's or what Ethereum's doing. So if Ethereum starts running up like they were calling for a $6,500 Ethereum, you have to kind of be careful on some of these predictions because they're just basically throwing out numbers. I think Ethereum's never been up to 6,500, right? So you're talking about price discovery after we get past that 4,800. Who knows what we're going to do once we pass 4,800, right? We could easily run up to about 5 and get rejected. We could run up to 6,500. Who knows? But I would take their predictions just like I would take anybody else's prediction once Bitcoin gets past 74,000. No one really knows because you can't base it off of really much. They can do their little fib retracements and stuff like that. It doesn't matter really in a sense of it's all price discovery. This is uncharted territory when you start talking about some of these numbers. So with that being said, if let's just take the analogy that Ethereum does run up to 6,500, you're talking about Ethereum running up to 6,500. That would basically be technically about almost a 2x from where it's at right now. You would probably see a project like this that's at a $1 billion market cap probably do a quick 5x if Ethereum was to run up to 6,500. So you can see the difference on, as far as the gains per market cap versus this project versus Ethereum. So we'll have to see how it plays out, guys. We'll have to see how it plays out. Solana must be coming down because you know when we have buys coming in and the price, the liquidity and the price is coming down, but we have buys coming in, that usually means that Solana is coming down, right? As the price. Because that's why you'll see sometimes some of these people, they'll buy in like $5. If Solana's pumping, NFK will run up like 5%, and it's not really based off of that buy. It's really just because it's waiting. Everything that NFK is built on is 100% through Solana. So if Solana's up 10%, a small little buy will make NFK run up real fast. And it's the same thing vice versa. If you start seeing Solana dip, all it takes is one little buy of like $1, and we'll go down. Real Truth, thank you for the sub, bro. Appreciate that, brother. Welcome, man. So yeah, you can see Solana technically right now on the 2-hour, we have bounced off the 20-day moving average. So I mean, for right now, like I said, I'm not really expecting this massive dip down. Maybe tomorrow morning as we get closer towards the meeting for Jerome Powell, we might see a little bit more volatility. But for the most part, you can even see it right here clear as day. Solana came back and retested the 20-day on the 2-hour, and she's holding. So we're not looking bad at all whatsoever. Let's pull up our watch list for DeFi. Looking at the chat, you guys are quiet today. Make sure you guys slap that like. So a project that I've been watching and I've been talking about a lot on the channel was this ZK. This is a new ecosystem that just dropped. I think it was like a week or two ago. How long has it been? It's been technically almost 2 weeks. You guys can see we mapped out the bottom, right, which was around 15 cents. And you can see we did mark this spot. This was our previous bottom that once we broke down, I said this was obviously going to be some resistance. And you can see we pretty much came up. We didn't necessarily hit it exactly. Looking to see if my lines are off. We didn't hit it necessarily exactly. I mean, yeah, that's not bad. But it came pretty damn close, and you can see it got rejected. So I told you guys, for me personally, I am watching this project just because it's a new ecosystem that dropped. A lot of times with these new ecosystems, especially the native token, they will start going on a nice run after the project kind of established itself, right? We saw a big, run and a big run down once the project dropped because there was, I believe this project had really a lot of airdrops and a big pre-sale. So obviously with that, you're going to see a lot of sell pressure. So I told a lot of people to hold off. I know a couple people told me they had bought in, and I was like, oof. I don't think in the long run it's going to be a bad move, but you probably, if you had patience, you probably could have been able to accumulate more for the same amount of money, right? But been keeping an eye on it. I'm going to see if this thing does come back and retest as 15 cents. Seems to be a good spot for some support. So I might end up jumping in on this project. That is ZK or ZK Zinc. Where's all my call people? Where is all my call people? What's going on, guys? I'm doing a health check on you guys. Everything okay? Everybody okay over there? Talk to me. What's going on? Did I not call this or did I not call this? Seriously. I told you guys. I said, listen, you guys know I'm long-term bullish on call. Bullish on call, but it seems to be the trick of the trade where they get dropped on, another central exchange. This one was Gate.io this time. They got dropped on, and you saw the price moving up, right? I feel like call does good with anticipation, right? People anticipate that they're about to get listed on one of the exchanges. It gets that that hype going for the project. But right after they freaking get listed on any exchange, it happens almost every time where, it's a run up and then it's almost an immediate run back down towards these levels that it seems to love to be around. And that's the 56. It hasn't necessarily come back down towards that 56 area yet, but it's inevitable. Most likely it's going to be coming back down, and you're going to just see the same people that are holding strong, right? Until the next exchange gets listed or gets mentioned, that they're going to get listed on, and then it's just going to do the cycle all over again, right? So like I said, I'm honestly, I'm not knocking the project. I think call is the biggest meme coin on Cronos right now. Take it or leave it. It really is. I was looking at the numbers for Corgi AI, and believe it or not, call is bigger per liquidity than Corgi AI is, right? So, I mean, they've dominated the Cronos ecosystem. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. And I think once we really kick off DeFi season, call is going to do really well. I really do think they're going to do really well. Regardless if they're listed on any more central exchanges or not, they're going to do really well. Money's going to start flowing back into Cronos. But if you really look at Cronos, the volume, I mean, it's been down like crazy. Today it's at 5 million. Yesterday it was at like 3 million. Right? It's been steadily down like crazy, which Cronos will do this. It'll kind of just go back to where the tumbleweeds are going across the dirt road, and it's just ghost town, right? And then out of nowhere, boom, everything starts blowing up again, and every freaking project on Cronos is back up 300%, right? So if you were to ask me right now on some of these projects, I would say probably not a bad time to be accumulating on some of these bigger projects that we kind of know are going to stick around for the long haul. Which projects are those? I would say call. Mary. I really do think Mary. RIP, I think is going to be one that's going to be around. Buy the Dip. I didn't realize Buy the Dip technically is affiliated with Corgi AI. I didn't know that, but I clicked into Corgi AI's website the other day. Let me see here if they still have it. Yeah, look. You see how they see so Buy the Dip is an NFT collection. They're affiliated with with Corgi AI. So definitely and I do think Corgi AI is going to get more, it's going to get its run back in the sun. I'm actually keeping my eye on Corgi AI as well. Even for the short term, if you can catch one of these swings, you could easily double or triple your money on this project. So it is getting back. It actually is at some of these levels that, historically speaking, if you have bought in at where it's at or below for Corgi AI and you kind of have patience, it usually will do really well, and you'll see a nice little 2, 3, 4, even maybe a 5x on some of these runs. So Corgi AI, honestly, I might be keeping a nice eye out, and I might actually be accumulating some Corgi AI. And I'm talking about like today. So don't be buying in like crazy on Corgi AI because I said it. Trying to boost the price up. You guys saw, let's see here, Corgi with knife is up. Nice. You guys saw I did a buy-in on Corgi AI. What was that, like 5 days ago? And look at Corgi AI. Literally a few hours after I announced that I was buying in on Corgi AI starts freaking running. So I know you guys are watching what I'm doing, right? So I got to be careful. I got to make the buy-in and then announce it. Because if I announce before I buy, you got people coming in and start pumping the price. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. I really don't care. But yeah, like the other day, remember I bought it live and then I come back like the next day. I was like, I bought it and I was like, let me check the chart. And I look and it's up like 50%. I was like, damn. I was like, damn it, I should have put in the grand. I put in like $50. But it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. I'm glad I was able to bring a little bit of some hype to that project, though. And it probably had nothing to do with me, right? But I'll take it, right? It wasn't a coincidence. Jay said Crab. Let's pull up Crab. What's going on, Crab? Because Crab was starting to come back, right? It was starting to come back. So let's see. And I haven't looked at Crab to see what's going on. Crab looks like it's back down. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's really doing much. I guess what we'll do with Crab, I tell you this, guys. You guys remember when Crab was running, we had some people in the Discord announce it in the Discord when it first dropped. When Crab first dropped, I remember buying in. I bought in right here at this dip is when I bought in, because when they first announced it, I was like, I'm not buying in on this project. It was at like $10,000 liquidity. I was like, I'm not buying in on the project. It had just dropped. The website was literally this picture. The picture, obviously, you can look at it. Like, I was like, bro, this looks like a freaking scam. I was like, I'm not buying in. And I saw it run up and then run down, and everybody's like, Crab. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, excuse my language. I was like, screw it. I threw a few $100s at it. And then, obviously, it ran up. Now, I didn't catch the top, but I did 5x my portfolio on Crab, and I jumped out because I just did not like the way the chart was forming. And sure enough, it came up, and then it came back down just as fast. And, I just we monitored it on the channel, but I was telling you guys, I was like, I really just I don't know, something about the project. I don't know. I just don't really, I'm not really, feeling the project, so that's why when we drop down to some of these levels, even down here, I was like, I don't even want to buy in. You guys can see, right now the volume's at $100, right? The volume's at $100. So with that being said, it just kind of leads to really thinking that the project's just really, it's kind of died out, maybe. Let's see here. Can't wait to can't sell call until I see a profit. Right now, I'm even with it. I hear you. Amor, you've been holding on to call for a while, bro. Ricky said the trend is your friend until the end. There you go. That's what we say around here. Gene said, do you think MOG can hit $5 billion market cap? Let's pull that up, bro. I know MOG has been killing it recently, so let's pull it up. And sorry if I'm a little delayed on the questions. The new program that I'm using doesn't have the chat. Usually I have the chat like right here in my face. And the next few months, guys, I am going to be relocating. And like I said, I have my studio that's going to be getting built. We're going to be taking this up a notch. I'm going to be having, you're even going to see the way the stream looks, and our transitions in the stream are going to be so crazy and just up there top notch. So, just bear with me right now. I'm kind of using a new program to get the feeling of it, but a couple things that I have to get the kinks out. And the one thing is I have the chat up, but it's not in my face like the other one that I was using. I like it right in my face, so I can sit there and like right when you guys ask me a question, it's just like bling right there. So the question was, can MOG hit $5 billion? And you know what? Off rip, I am going to say, can MOG hit $5 billion? I do believe MOG could hit $5 billion. I believe that any potential project in crypto can do, can get up there. Now, is it going to do that? It could. It could. Let me explain why we honestly think that MOG could possibly. Now, if you asked me a month ago, 2 months ago, we've been mapping MOG out since it came out. I would have been like, I don't know, maybe $1 billion. Like maybe $1 billion, but $5 billion. Now I'm kind of like, yeah, I do think that MOG could, because MOG has been doing relatively good in the last few weeks, right? And I think MOG is going to continue to do really well and really outseed a lot of people's expectations, given that MOG is an Ethereum based project and Ethereum ETFs are going to be, going active here soon. And I do think that Ethereum's ecosystem and a lot of things that are traded on Ethereum are going to do really well. It's going to bring a lot of money into the ecosystem, not just into Ethereum itself, but you're going to have people that are new coming into DeFi, right? And into a lot of Ethereum projects. And you have a project like this that, has a lot of potential. The market cap has run up like crazy for MOG. It really has. If you look at, they're only giving us the month. Holy crap. If you look at just the last year, MOG technically is up 10,000 freaking percent in the last year. That right there should just let you know MOG has potential, honestly, to get to some of these levels that people are asking. $5 billion? Possibly. I do think, if I think that Milady, right, can get to 2 to 10, then I would be a fool to say that MOG couldn't do the same thing and get to $5 to $10 billion easily in this bull run, especially with being on Ethereum and the ETFs running. So to answer your question, Gene, I do think that MOG technically could, bro. I really do. So Ben said, any news on the news on NFTs for NFK? Not yet, bro. Not yet. We're gonna get it all. We're getting everything cooking right now. So as soon as I get a little bit more foundation and stuff, as far as all that stuff, I'm gonna release it to you guys. So just bear with me on all that stuff. Let's see here. Ricky says, Dip has me right now, bro. I'm down on that sucker. Hope it rips. I know we were just looking at Dip. Let's see here. Oops, clicked in the wrong things. What is Dip? Market cap's at $7 million. Not too bad. I will say, honestly, bro, the way the trend has been, it's been down. This thing is probably consolidating and waiting to rip, honestly. So if you're down and you've been holding for holding for now, bro, just have patience. Have patience. This thing probably is going to rip, whenever you least expect it. So, but the numbers look good. $7 million market cap, $5 million in liquidity. This is probably one of the stronger projects on Cronos, honestly, and it's always in the top trending. So, I think down the road, who knows, maybe not too far down the road, this thing will start running back up. So, Donald said, Crab sad. Crab is sad. Art said, you should help us guys with crabs. Ricky said, I FOMO'd in on that dip and it went to hell. Jane said, do you think BONK and PEPE will delete 2 zeros in the next bull run? Bull run showing me market. Let me try to translate that. So Jane said, do you think BONK and PEPE can delete 2 zeros in the next bull run? Can it delete 2 zeros? I will say, bro, when you're talking about BONK and PEPE, bro. PEPE's market cap is one of the biggest meme coins right now, other than like DOGE and Shiba. They're one of the biggest, right? So deleting 2 zeros from where it's at right now, obviously it could happen. Is it going to happen? That would be, PEPE probably going to like up in the 20 to 30s billion dollar market cap. So it easily could happen. I'm still calling for PEPE particularly to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest meme coin whenever the smoke clears in this bull run, right? So, but do I think it can drop 2 zeros? I don't know, bro. I don't know if I can commit to saying yes to that. I really don't know. Bro. BONK probably would have a little bit more potential given that the market cap isn't as big as PEPE, but BONK is still, a freaking $1 billion market cap. So, you got to understand, dropping 2 zeros is a big thing. BONK's at $1.7 billion. Dropping 2 zeros, bro, would probably put BONK at around $20 billion. That's a big move right there. And then PEPE is at what? Almost $5 billion to drop 2 zeros. You're probably talking about PEPE running up to about most likely 40 to almost $50 billion. So can it happen? I definitely wouldn't cross it out on PEPE whatsoever, but I'm just saying when you're talking about a $50 billion market cap for a meme coin, now you're talking about basically only 2 projects have technically done that, and really only one, because Shiba only got to I think 48 billion. Dogecoin is the only meme coin that's ever exceeded $50 billion ever, right? Is it going to be the only one? Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is I want to put that in that aspect so you understand that this isn't just it would have to do some extraordinary things for it to get to some of those levels, 40, $50 billion market cap. Red Rum said, Milady's growers are growing rapidly. Agree on Mog Crip. All right, Mog ain't outshining Milady. Not happening. We're gonna have some little Mog and Milady fights going on. Right now, technically Amor, bro, I run with Milady all day. But Mog technically has literally 5x Milady in the last few months, dude. Mog was literally at $200 million like a month or two ago, and now it's at freaking 600 million market cap. So we'll see when we get, when the bull run, the smoke clears and where everything's at. But for right now, Mog has had a crazy run. Trust me, it took me by surprise too. Let's see here. Looks like we got somebody shilling in the chat. I'm not even going to hate on you, bro. It's all right. Just don't keep repeating that and we're good. Art said they're going to burn again. What project are you talking about, Artie? Which one are you talking about? Gina said, what do you think? When do you think Win is going to do? What do you think Win's going to do in the bull run? I mean, I think we covered this in the members only stream, right? I said when you brought up Win, I kind of forgot about Win, right? And then when we looked up everything on Win, I was like, you know what? This might be a little hidden gem right here. She's talking about Win, which is a meme coin on Solana. But the reason why Win kind of caught my attention when Gina brought it up was that market cap is right around where Milady is, right? $100 million. But what's crazy about Win is that I didn't know that it was trading on a lot of major exchanges like Kraken, Gate.io, KuCoin, HTX. You have a lot of these bigger exchanges that it's trading on. So I was like, you know what? With that being said, this isn't just your little meme coin that's on Solana, right? It has a lot of avenues and opportunity for a lot of money to come in when the bull run hits. So she's asking, what do I think Win can do in the bull run? I mean, given with what I just said, I don't really know much about the project. I don't know how big the community is on the project whatsoever. But with the market cap being so low, it being traded on a lot of bigger exchanges, I do think that Win could easily probably run up to that $1 billion mark in the thick of the bull run. I really do think that. So that would be probably a 10x from where it's at right now. Who knows, right? Win could be one of those projects that everybody sleeps on, and then this thing runs up to $10 billion. So who knows? Another project that I actually have been telling you guys that I bought in on, I caught somewhere down here, was ALI. ALI has been doing, it's been beat down to freaking hell in the last few months. But I actually started accumulating ALI, which is a very cheap AI project, right? And you can see from this drop, which I was eating up this dip like crazy, you can see it's run up about 40% in the last few days. And it doesn't look like it's doing too bad right now. The market cap for ALI particularly is very low. That's why I've been buying in. $50 million market cap. Very, very low project as far as market cap. One thing I will say, though, is if you don't have patience, I feel like this project is probably not for you, right? It's traded on a lot of bigger exchanges, Gate.io, MEXC, BitGet, Crypto.com. You can buy it. Gemini, BingX, BitGet. I think I said Gate.io already. It's on a lot of these, and this is an Ethereum-based project. So, I mean, I think this is going to do really well, especially with Ethereum, with the ETFs. I think this is going to pump. This is an AI project, right? What I was saying, though, is this project, you got to have patience because this thing will literally look like it's not doing anything for like weeks on weeks, even months. And then out of nowhere, this thing will just freaking shoot up, right? And what I do is I've been known to buy in, and just right on that run up, I'll sell off and kind of do the thing over again, right? So I caught somewhere, I didn't catch the top, but I did sell off somewhere around 4 cents on this one, right? And then I kind of let it be for the last few months, came back, and I was like, all right, it's back down to these levels that I usually will buy in on. Actually, it's a little bit lower than the last level that I was buying in on. So I've been accumulating on ALI for right now with anticipation and with patience, right? Just letting it be, waiting for this thing to start running, and eventually will. But you can see it is below its 200-day moving average, which you guys know, I don't care if even I'm invested in the project, is slightly bearish, right? Until we break above the 200-day. But you can see how far down this project's been beat down. 200-day for this project particularly is technically about 64%. So, I mean, this thing could easily run up 60-something% and still be under its 200-day moving average. What I'm saying is it's got a lot of potential for upward movement for this project. So that's why I've been accumulating that particularly. Let's see here. Moore said, I made the biggest mistake of my life selling MOG 2 months ago for call. It happens, bro. It happens, bro. Don't kick yourself. Oh, you said dip is going to be burning again. Okay, nice. And Landon said, have you checked Caspa? You know what? I have not checked Caspa, bro. But now that you brought it up, let's bring it up, bro. You guys know on the channel that I am very bullish on Caspa. I really am. Caspa just made a new high. Nice. Let's move these charts over a little bit. You guys know I'm very bullish on Caspa, and I like Caspa. I really do. I always use, what I love about Caspa is it's basically like a mini Bitcoin, right? There's a lot of miners out there that are basically validating the transactions and stuff like that, and you can buy miners for Caspa and mine Caspa, right? And I think it's dope. I really do. So it's like a mini Bitcoin, right? And I mean mini Bitcoin. I know it probably has its own kind of avenue that it's going down and other things that it brings to the table. But I look at it like that because it's, it's basically you can mine Caspa, which is validating the transactions on the Caspa network, right? So that's one thing that's always intrigued me when it first dropped. I wish I would have just bought those miners, because back here when Caspa dropped, this was back, over 2 years ago. It looks like whenever Caspa dropped, I was in the mix of we were in a bear market, and I was like, man, I'm looking for something. I want to do something else with crypto, right? I do buy and sell crypto, but I want to do something else. And I started looking into getting miners, right? And I was looking at miners. What blew me, what kind of took me away from it, was the miners are not cheap. For good miners, you're talking, and I'm looking for I wasn't looking for buying GPUs and building my own rigs. It was really for Caspa buying the I forgot what they call them, but they're already basically made miners, and you can literally buy as many as you want, but they're expensive. They're like anywhere from like $4,000 to $10,000 per miner, right? So this is a return of investment ROI. You're looking down the road, right? You're not looking at buying a miner and boom, you're in profits in a day or in the next month, even in the next year, right? So it's a long-term investment. But buying miners back here and starting to mine when everything was this far down, now I'm sure those miners are killing it. Anybody that bought when I was checking them out, because now the price has gone up so much on Caspa, and it looks like it's just going to continue to move. And you guys remember what I was saying about Caspa. This was just a few weeks ago. I said as long as Caspa really starts or stays above the 236, but really respects this trend line, it's going to continue to keep making new highs. And that's exactly what Caspa keeps doing, right? So Caspa looks good. Honestly, very bullish on Caspa. 236 that we need to hold is around that 1 cent trend line. Literally is meeting right at that 236. So regardless if it bounces off the trend or the 236, that's what you're going to want to see us finding support if we do come back down. Now, technically, For right now, it could come and technically break below the 236 and still bounce off this trend, which would technically be somewhere around the 14-cent mark. It could still bounce at that 14-cent mark and still be 100% bullish and still be running to make new all-time highs. So very bullish on Kaspa. Definitely big potential in this project for sure. So kind of jelly that I didn't freaking buy those miners 2 years ago, because I could be having videos about all my miners, right? Nah, but it's also, it's not just the miners, like as far as buying the cost. It's also these miners are, they use a lot of power. Even buying the ones that are already made for you, they run on power supports or power supplies that are 1,000, 2,000 watts. Now, 2,000 watts is like I think 2,000 watts is like 2 refrigerators, literally. You know, so imagine if you have 5 of those, you're running like freaking 10 refrigerators in your house at 24/7. So you have to take that cost in effect as well. With electricity, it's going to heat wherever it's at. It's going to heat that living space up. So you're going to have your air running or fans. You know, it's not just something you just buy in and you're like, all right, I have a miner, I'm about to get rich. No, it takes time, takes dedication, and it takes a nice setup. But if you do it all right and you have patience, you can make some solid money down the road. So let's see here. Art said Kaspa had their KRC20 kind of flop this past weekend. Really? I didn't hear about anything. Ricky said my electricity bill is $100 or $1,200. What are you growing, bro? Or what do you got going on at the house, bro? Last person I heard their bill was that high. They had a little operation going on at the house, you know, with a lot of lights. 1,200, either that or what do you got, like a freaking 27 bedroom freaking house? I don't know, bro. I won't put it past you. What I saw you were doing yesterday, I wouldn't put it past you. You probably got a big ass house, so, and it's hot as crap out right now. So with Ricky, if I had electricity that high up, and you must have a pool or something as well, you should look into, I'm sure you already have, same thing about miners. It's solar panels, right? You spend a lot of money on solar panels, you're not going to get your ROI back immediately, but down the road, you know, it'll pay off. If I was paying that much in electricity, I would already have like a full freaking solar panel farm on the roof and on the side of the house, generating my own power. But yeah, Kaspa, definitely very bullish on Kaspa. I really am. So let's just do a quick overview of what we talked about, guys. So don't forget, tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, we do have Jerome Powell. He's going to be talking M pattern that's formed on the charts. So we could easily come back down towards like 61.6. And as long as we bounce off this level, still very bullish, and we'll still be above the trend line for Bitcoin. We do have unemployment. I didn't even realize that I didn't see this coming up on the 5th as well. So that's going to be another thing too that we're really watching, because right now our unemployment is at 4%. It's forecast to be at 4% again. If we could see anything higher, I know it sucks to say, but if we could see unemployment jump up a little bit, like even 4.1, 4.2, that's going to be nothing but very good bullish news for the market, with anticipation of the Feds reducing rates. So that's something that we want to see. Unfortunately, obviously, it sucks to hear about people losing their jobs and stuff like that, but for the markets, we definitely want to see that, unfortunately, right? It's like, I don't mean to say it like I don't care, but Troy said, okay, I'm back. What did I miss? Boy, you're going to have to go back. You're going to have to rewind the video, and you're going to have to go watch. You're going to have to go back and watch, bro. But you got some good stuff. Get some popcorn and go back and watch. You'll be all right. So yeah, so Bitcoin, that's what we're waiting for. Tomorrow, we'll see how everything goes. Solana right now keeps coming back and retesting. For right now on the 2-hour, she keeps coming and retesting this 20-day SMA moving average right here. So, it looks like Solana is holding as well, but Solana technically has the M pattern formed as well. She just looks a little bit better than Bitcoin, given with the whole ETF talk and all that good stuff. But If Bitcoin comes down, Solana definitely will do the same thing as well. But like I said, I'm not really expecting much of a dip. With Bitcoin, if we do drop down, like I said, support level is going to be 61.6 is what we're looking out for Bitcoin. And our next support level for Solana would be around 141.35, somewhere around that area. If we do drop down, that would be a big spot for some support. So other than that, guys, we'll see tomorrow how the markets look. Jerome Powell will speak at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. We will have our stream around 6 o'clock, a few hours after that, and we'll go over everything that happens tomorrow with Jerome Powell and with the market. So, but other than that, guys, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. All right. Make sure you guys, if you're interested, become a member on the stream. We did have a good stream this past week, and we will have another one coming up this weekend on how to be a better trader. So, other than that, guys, I thank you guys so much. I really do. I appreciate you guys being here. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Keep your heads up. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through this, and I will see each and every one of you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. All right, and buy NFK. Shout out to Ricky. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. NFK to the moon. NFK to Uranus. So weird saying that. All right, guys. I'll see you guys.